Whenever we bring up that we drive the Olympia, people are like, "What's that?" All I know is it's a Zamboni, right? The actual, like, a Zamboni is a brand. It's not an actual term for the machine. It's an ice resurfacing machine. I'm Tyler Cole. I am from Saginaw, Michigan. I am a senior here currently at Ohio University, and I am the maintenance manager here at Bird Ice Arena. Being from Saginaw, Michigan, hockey's been a really big part of my life. Both my younger brothers have played, so I grew up in hockey rinks. I've worked here as a supervisor and a maintenance guy for about 4 years now. We always like to correct people that it is an Olympia, not a Zamboni. Her nickname's Ollie, so we'll run with it. We're not going to get that upset with you, I guess, if you call it by the wrong name. So essentially what it does is lays down cold and hot water, and then there's a blade underneath it that kind of takes a very, very small shaving off the top. So it takes the shaving off the top, lays down the water, resurfaces the ice. The Olympia has many different reasons of why it's important. One is it creates a safe ice sheet that's even without bumps to protect the skaters. And two, it helps us create a even sheet and maintain the ice at the appropriate levels. Because the thicker the ice gets, the harder it gets to maintain. So we like to keep it around 2 inches here at Bird. If you have bad ice, I mean, there's been times here where sometimes we've had kids that, missed a shift, or the ice didn't get cut when it needed to be cut, and people will trip, fall, especially in hockey, because you do a lot of stopping, starting, fast skating, which really digs in to the ice, creating very deep ruts. So let's say we have a hockey practice followed by a figure skating practice, and we have figure skaters jumping and twirling, and they catch one of those ruts wrong, they're going to take a dive, and we just don't want to have that. The process that I take to cut the ice, let's say during a game day, there'd be about 5 minutes left in the game, so we go and we fill up the Olympia with hot and cold water. That takes about 5 minutes, and the players get off the ice, they move the nets out of the way, and then I drive out into the ice with the Olympia, and I drop down the conditioner, which is where that blade is that picks up a very small sliver of ice. So I drop that down to the ice. We open up the water, hot and cold, and I just essentially mow the lawn is the way that we describe it when we're training kids. And you just repeat that process until you cut the whole sheet, and then you hop right off, and all that snow that's accumulated gets shot up into the front of the machine, and then we take it, drive it off the ice, and dump all that snow out into a dump pit. When we train kids to drive the Olympia, it's really just like I'm somebody whose experience is on there with you. It doesn't go very fast. It has ice tires on it, so it gets pretty good traction on the ice. And you essentially just drive it until you get the pattern down. It takes about maybe 2 weeks to get a feel, depending on how confident the individual is learning. And then you get the approval from one of the maintenance guys that has been doing it, and you're on the schedule. So the nice thing about Bird, and I think what makes it special, is that it is all 100% student run. This place runs solely on the commitment of the kids that work here. It's impressive. There's really no other place on campus like that. Not a lot of kids can say that they fully maintained a sheet of ice while going to school, while, looking for jobs, while interning, while doing all these things. So it's impressive that our workforce, being a student body, is able to accomplish something like this. On my professional resume, I have that I drive an Olympia. It doesn't have anything to do with my major, but I always get asked about it in everywhere I go. Like, people are just infatuated with the idea of driving the Olympia. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But it's fun. We love to tell people that we do what we do, and we're proud of it. So we do our best. It's all student run here, and it's something we take pride in. So.